Today we're going to have a look at the Lectric XP Lite. Now if you're not familiar with Lectric, they've been around for a while. They're probably the best selling e-bike company around. They typically sell fat tire folding e-bikes. However, this one is completely different. It is a folding BMX style e-bike. These handlebars, they have this resting grip right here. Unfortunately, mine kind of turns on me. I wish they were a little bit tighter. There is an adjustment for the handlebars. You can raise this up and down for taller riders. The front and rear have Zoom mechanical brakes with 160 millimeter rotors. These are 20-inch by 2.6-inch Chaoyang tires that can be inflated up to 35 psi, and they happen to have green slime in it already. On top of the front wheel is a light and reflector. And here's the 48-volt battery. Here's the handle for when you're folding. Here's the hinge. And here's the stand. When you fold it, you can rest it on the floor and it won't bend on you. It's a two-piece design, triangular, very strong. Rear light, sprocket, protector, 300-watt motor. Check this out. This bike has nice and beefy welds all over the frame and even on the mounting points in the front and in the rear. This seat post, you can see it, it's all the way down here. That means that it can extend all the way up to this point right here to accommodate for riders up to 6'5". It is high. These are folding pedals. This is an incredibly large front and a small rear sprocket. It's made for higher top speeds. To ride this bike, you need the key in the slot, and it's kind of like women's clothing with the zipper on the back. I don't know how y'all reach that. There we go. Pedal assist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold down to cruise control only when you're already riding, and hold up to turn on the light. There you go. All right, let's get to the folding part. Handle first, and then down here, out, fold, and grab this handle. Make sure this is right in the front like that. Even though this is only a 45-pound bike, it is still a bit heavy. Kickstand's gotta go up. There we go. And there's nothing that holds this thing together, so try to hold this by the arm and this front, and there you go. You can pick it up, haul it wherever you need to go. And of course, when you're done, you can assemble it back together just by picking this up, rotating this over, and then you close this part. Handlebars back up, close it. Nice and easy. Now this thing comes in at $7.99, and I think it's missing some essentials. It should have a bell because some places require it by law, and it should have some fenders, and it'd be nice if it had a rear rack. Other than that, let's get riding. It is time for the first ride impressions. All right, let's see how it handles this trail. Let's go off-roading a bit. Okay, yeah, it definitely sinks because the wheels just aren't that big. Okay, yeah, let's go. Sand. Not too bad because we have good speed. Okay, let's go this way. Oh my goodness. I'm not really built for this. Go, ride. Yeah, too ambitious, a bit too ambitious. Hop. Thing has no mud guards. I don't want to hit any spots of water. All right, before the kids get here, let's see if we can climb this mountain right here and get some speed. Whoa. Oh, I made it. Whoa, whoa. That was a bit more dangerous than I thought. Oh, shoot. Okay, there we made it. All right, I'm in the walk mode. I had to go up to 12. However, I kind of want to use the brakes, but if I know if I use the brakes, it's gonna stop. So let's get closer to the steps. I need to get up the steps, and that's the goal with the walk mode. And at the same time, I don't want the bike to escape from me. So I'm just stopping with my feet. And okay, so the bike is on its own. Okay. Okay, so I just push up. Okay. Not very helpful, but it's something. Yeah, it's just better if I use the throttle. So the walking mode can definitely use some improvement. Other than that, the small wheels make this bike feels fast and adventurous. Next up, we are going to test the speed of this bike. How fast does it go? All right, we are gonna test how fast this thing goes on throttle alone, all right? So this is throttle alone. I have it on pass 5 or pass 1 through 5, it doesn't matter because it goes top speed either way. Let's go, we are 13, 14 and a half, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, almost 18, 19, 19.1. So that's about as fast as it can go right there. Pedal assist 0, throttle does nothing. Pedal assist 1, and go all the way up to full speed. For pedal assist, I'm gonna raise my seat as high as I can. All right, let's go. We're gonna go pedal assist 1. Let's go. I am at 9, pedal assist 2. Doesn't feel like it helps much. 11 and a half, pedal assist 3. 14, pedal assist 4. About 16, pedal assist 5. This is the final. So I could hit about 20. 20 is about as fast as you can go with this bike. Up next is the brake test. All right, let's get up to speed and then we're gonna stop. I want to get up to 20 and here we go. Wow, that seemed pretty short. And that's because it was very short. It took 1.91 seconds from 19 plus miles an hour to a complete stop. Next up is this 15% grade, which can be brutal for some e-bikes. All right, here we go. Pass 5, no pedal assist, power only. All right, I have an idea. I think this thing is gonna make it because it does feel pretty strong on the low end, but you never know until you know, right? So let's have it. We're at 13, 14, and it is slowing down. Here's the heavy part. Is it gonna make it? Wow, I guess I could be wrong because it's starting to slow down a lot. And yeah, I think it's gonna call it quits. Is it? If I drop down to 3, we're calling it quits. And this thing is, well, it's, you know, it's still pulling. Yeah, I'm about to drop. Yeah, this is about it. Wait. It decided it's gonna push again. I'm going at 2. So I think I'm gonna make it. This is kind of sad, but that's it. Come on, make it. Let's cheat the system a little bit. Let's cheat. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's it. It's just not gonna make it. We're gonna do pedal assist this time because that was just burning the heck out of the motor. I am gonna walk it down because it is a bit too dangerous right here. All right, this thing is a single gear bike And is this gear going to be enough with pedal assist 5 to make it up this time? All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, feels healthy this time. I should have put my seat higher, so I might be standing up just a little bit if I need to. Other than that, I mean, it feels good. Let's see. Yeah, because of the single gearing, it's probably geared a little towards the higher end. Pedaling this, nonchalantly, you can go 7 or 8, but if you want to pedal hard, I'm sure you could get up faster. But that's just not how I test, so just keep at it. Yeah, dropping down to 7. Almost there. Come on. Come on, little guy. You can make it. All right. We are at the top. If you live in hilly areas, the results might be concerning. Otherwise, I wouldn't be too worried about it. Next up, we're going to take an in-depth look at the size of this thing. It's small, but how small? I'm going to load this into a Toyota Prius with the least amount of folding because you're human and you might get lazy. Folding it all the way is a lot of work. As you can see right here, I was trying to get it in. Unfortunately, it just would not get in no matter how I positioned it. It was simply too tight. The wheelbase is too long. So you do have to fold it up completely to get it in the hatch of a Toyota Prius. I imagine this would work for pretty much any compact car. I can see the challenge if you had more than one of these bikes. You could probably fit one in the front seat if you had to. Next up, I have a minivan, and I'm going to try to do it the same way. This time, I'm not even going to fold the handlebars. I want to see if it can fit in, and I tried to angle it. It just wasn't having it. So you would try to do it diagonally as much as possible, and unfortunately, the next step I had to try was to lower the arm. And when I did that, I could angle it a little bit more. However, it was still not having it. Even if I folded the seats, it was just a bit too tight because it's too long for the rear. So at the end, you do have to fold it all the way, and it's gonna take up very little space. If you have like a van, you could definitely fit multiple Lectric XPs here. It's just that if you're feeling extra lazy, you might not want to fold it. There's no way around it. Fortunately, it's really easy to fold. To unfold it, I'm going to do it here in real time, and you'll see that yeah, it is easy because it's so light. You could just twist it one shot, clip it here, handlebar, and then clip, reverse the folding paddles, and that is it. You're ready to ride. Next up, we'll have a look at the range of this bike. It has a 48 volt 8 amp hour battery. How far can it go? All right, so it's gone down about 3 bars. I'm at 7 miles already because I've been riding, doing all the tests. Now I'm doing the range tests. And I am gonna take the inner streets of this community college when I can because I don't have a mirror. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's these like booby traps on the floor. It's just like the road hasn't been maintained for ages, and I think tree roots are starting to grow up. So there, because of the smaller wheels, they become like landmines. You hit them, you're gonna go flying if you're not careful. There are too many stop signs, so I am gonna get out of here. Wow, so the range, I'm at 8 miles now, and the range is dropping quite a bit. The bar is below halfway now, and usually below halfway, it starts to go quite fast, so it's just something to be aware of.
ain't gonna make that.
So during most of this trip, if I'm at a stoplight or a stop sign, I'll accelerate with the bike pedals. Other than that, I'm going all throttle because it's a range test and I'm doing throttle only test. There were no incline or declines. It's mostly flat road, as you can see, and long straightaways. I try to preserve the range as much as possible because, well, I'm trying to get the most range I can at this point because I've already done a lot of testing.
All right, so far I've got 17 miles and I'm kind of impressed by this little battery. I didn't think I'd get that much considering that I went up the hill and that was brutal, and I went around town, did all my tests, and then I continued on to the range test, and right now it's at 17. So I'm gonna continue on with the rest of this test, see how much I could get. Can I get 20? That would be really impressive if I could get 20 miles on this battery, considering it's not very big. All right, what you should get from this is that per battery charge, you should be able to go 18 miles with most of the speed. All right, I got 1 bar left and it is not powering the bike any longer. It is powering the light, as you can see, but the bike, let's see if it even turns. Oh, it turns. That's awesome, but when you're actually riding, you can't. Okay, it pushes you just at walking speeds, basically. That's it. So if you have to walk the bike, you can do that. But if you're pedaling, it's going to be all human because you can't even feel the motor when you're pedaling. Not at all. So I just got to pedal hard to get back home.
At this point, I just want to measure the battery to see what the actual capacity is. Okay, we'll do kilowatt hours. Charging. And here we go. It's green. Now it's red. 5 hours later. So the battery is 374 watt hours and it took 390 watt hours to charge. The battery is within spec. Just keep in mind that in that limp mode, this thing basically is empty. That 1 bar left is it's just there. It's you really don't have any energy at that point.
Next up, let's talk about warranty and support. The Lectric XP Lite comes with a 1-year warranty free from manufacturer defects and workmanship. And this is a big brand, so you're going to get big brand support. You have multiple options here. You have the online troubleshooting, you have the forums, you have the Facebook groups. There is a lot of ways to get support, and when you're looking at all of their social media, they advertise it very clearly. Contact them via email or their phone number. They aren't shy to talk. This is a company that is based in the United States, based in English. They're ready to support your needs. An electric bike has a lot of moving parts. It's going to need service. It might break during the time that you own it. If you're not one to get your hands dirty or you don't have the technical know-how, there's service centers all across the United States. You can get help one way or the other. This is going to be a large factor for many folks. Going with a big, large, known brand is going to be vastly helpful in getting support and parts. Final thoughts. The Lectric XP Lite has a decent battery for the type of bike that it is. I don't think this bike was meant for long haul riding. However, due to the fun factor, I can see a reason why many would want a much larger battery, and at the same time, it would no longer be light. The 300 watt motor sure feels peppy until you hit steep inclines where it can be problematic. Other than that, I think it did good for its size. You don't want to be going too fast with a 20-inch BMX style bike with a shorter wheelbase. This bike isn't made for high speeds. I mean, it's a short bike, the wheels are quite small, and the brakes aren't made for high speed riding. I find this bike highly appealing because of the size factor, and at the same time, I wish it was a little bit shorter so that you could fit inside of a van without folding it into
3 pieces. Same with a compact car. Coming in at $799, this thing is low budget for Lectric. And because of that, they cut some parts, and I really wish they didn't cut the bell, because in some areas a bell is required if you're riding on a sidewalk, and it generally makes it a bit more safe when you're riding and you just want to be courteous. I really like that you're getting a very solid frame, and this thing comes off as very high quality. Where they get you is in the accessories, because it comes with bare minimum. I mean, it'd be nice if it had a fender because you're riding in the mud. It'd be nice if you had a rack in the rear or a rack in the front. Since I'm critiquing the item right now, I think that the wrap that covers up all the cables, that thing is so shiny that it looks like electrical tape. It honestly looks extremely cheap. And the key on the bottom position, I don't understand that. It is just really difficult to find that slot and to put it in and turn it. It's just a mess. And aside from those items, I think the biggest downside that I found with this bike was actually the seats. I found them to be quite stiff, the stiffest I've ever had. But considering that this is an adventure style bike, it doesn't have shocks in the front or the rear. This thing was meant to go off-roading and you standing on it and being very active on it. It's a BMX style bike. It was an absolute blast. I enjoyed every minute of it. Maybe it was because of my low expectations. Maybe it was because of nostalgia. Or maybe it was because of my midlife crisis. So if you're looking for something that packs a punch, small, compact, lightweight, like your friendly neighborhood Asian, check out the Lectric XP Lite and you won't be disappointed. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. See you on the next one. Take care.